Alright, Guardians, big news in the Destiny world, and we're going to cover absolutely everything. Buckle up and let's ride. So, Luke Smith and Mark Newsworthy unveiled the fall plans for Destiny with 3 big content drops: Beyond Light, The Witch Queen, and Lightfall, with Beyond Light set to drop September 22nd. In a new cinematic, we see the Exo Stranger bringing the Drifter and Erismorn to the frozen surface of Europa. There, they encounter the Pyramid Ships, aka Doom Doritos, that herald the coming of the darkness. Smith drops some hints about the story, and we can see Fallen and Vex in the trailer, and most notably a new element called Stasis being used by Guardians. This is a way for Lightbearers to wield the darkness, and will come with new supers and abilities for all classes. Great stuff. We also get introduced to the big bad of the expansion, Aramis, a fallen warlord bent on revenge against the Traveler for abandoning her and her people. Diving deeper into some of the posts on Bungie.net, it looks like we'll get into how Exos were created at the Clovis Bray facility on Europa. Europa, by the way, is a totally brand new location. It's hinted that the base was destroyed in the collapse with the first coming of the darkness to our solar system. The devs describe these coming content updates as an era of darkness, and they've doubled down on the support for Destiny 2, saying they have no plans to, quote, put another number on the box. I think most Guardians are going to be glad to hear this, and that they've taken the feedback to heart over the past expansions, Shadowkeep and the past year of season content. This is great, and Luke Smith deserves credit for this. I hope this means a better, deeper experience with seasons going forward. If you've played Season of the Worthy, I think you'll know what I mean. All those bounties. They've also addressed how content will transfer for console players who upgrade systems when Xbox Series X and PS5 hit stores. Any content you buy now, expansions, season passes, whatever, will automatically carry over to the new platforms. No need to purchase those items again. You will have to buy the game again, though, if you want to get 4K visuals and 60 frames per second, though. As someone who's upgraded from console to PC, I'd say it's worth it, and likely they won't charge you an arm and a leg just for a visual upgrade. There will likely be a collector's edition to attract new Guardians, and a standard edition for veterans. But what about the size of the game? All these expansions, all this content, the file size of the game is getting huge. Well, they've got a plan for that. The Content Vault. Going forward, content that isn't played often will be vaulted, but will still be accessible for those who want to play them or haven't experienced them yet. This is a great way to cut down on file size and demand on servers, as you won't need all the available content on your system at the same time. They'll also be dusting off D1 content and bringing it back into the game. For sure, the Cosmodrome will be back as a location, along with strikes like Sepix, and they've even hinted at classic raids like returning to the Vault of Glass. I'm sure a lot of D1 Guardians will no doubt approve. Could more old weapons be coming back too? Gallahorn, perhaps. But what about new content right now? This week, Season of Arrivals is launched, and it's off to a solid start. There's a story mission that kicks off the second you load in, and it gets things off on the right foot, narratively at least. I've got to jump into what else they're offering, but it's already better than Season of the Worthy. There are new public events on Io and a new dungeon called Prophecy that involves the mysterious Nine. There's also, of course, a new armor set to chase, as well as 2 new exotics. The Witherhoard launcher looks like a piece of death-dealing Taken tech, while the new exotic trace rifle called Ruinous Effigy looks like it'll void singe your enemies with some serious purple pain. Witherhoard, though, is having some damage balance issues already. It's apparently nuking raid bosses in just a couple of hits, so expect the nerf hammer to drop toot sweet. An interesting little fact gleaned from the blog says that Umbral engrams will now drop, bearing gifts from previous seasons. A nice little fix if you missed out on any of that previous content. There's also a new artifact called the Seed of Silver. It looks like it's specifically tied to events of this season's story, which is a nice change over the past where they just handed you a thing and you upgrade it because reasons. Well, that's about it, Guardians. We've got a little bit of info on the Witch Queen DLC, but nothing on a potential release date. We do know it's a Hive-focused expansion, with Savathun being the big bad. We can safely assume Lightfall will be a climactic battle against the darkness and whoever are flying around in those pyramids. Okay, that does it. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Those things are a big help and will encourage me to make more videos. Until next time, happy hunting, Guardians.